Liverpool fans have been left stunned after Arne made a surprising admission that has sent shockwaves through the club's supporter base. The Dutch manager, who's been under close scrutiny in recent weeks, offered a brutally honest reflection that few saw coming. His comments have raised fresh questions about the Reds' current direction and could have major implications for what happens next at Anfield. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Arne Slot has provided a minor injury update on Curtis Jones after the midfielder was withdrawn in Liverpool's 3-2 loss to Brentford. Despite Liverpool's poor performance, Jones had been playing relatively well until he was forced off in the 70th minute due to an apparent groin injury, though this diagnosis is unconfirmed. Slot was then forced to bring on ynwa, a left winger, and move Florian Wirtz back to play in a temporary midfield too, alongside Alexis Mac Allister. The head coach said of Jones's fitness, "We have to wait and see. He asked to be taken off. He walked off instead of needing a lot of treatment, so I have to wait and see." There are a lot of games. In 4 days, there is another one. Jones is no stranger to missing games with muscle problems. His last groin injury came in January, which kept him out of 3 matches. This season, he has already missed 4 games, having picked up a problem against Arsenal in September. Prior to going off against Brentford, he completed more dribbles than anyone else and looked assured in possession under difficult circumstances. The Bees pressed Liverpool incessantly, but Jones still managed to complete 72 of his 74 passes, according to FotMob, playing 11 passes into the final third. With Ryan Gravenberch still out, but possibly back for Aston Villa next weekend, Semenyo and Wataru Endo are the biggest contenders to feature in midfield against Palace. Mac Allister may be called upon though if Endo is required to play in defence next to Joe Gomez, as well as Jones potentially, Alisson, hamstring, Giovanni Leone, ACL, and Jeremy Frimpong, hamstring, are all unavailable to play on Wednesday. Stefan Bajcetic and Jadon Danns also remain absent as they recover from their respective hamstring injuries. Now, Arne Slot admitted he did not see Liverpool's alarming dip in form coming after they slipped to a 4th straight defeat. The Reds' Premier League title defence already appears in tatters after they were beaten 3-2 at Brentford thanks to goals from Dango Uwatara, Kevin Schade and Igor Thiago. Milos Kerkez pulled one back and Mohamed Salah ended his recent goal drought, but the champions are still in the doldrums and could be 7 points behind leaders Arsenal by the end of the weekend. "Disappointing again," said Reds boss Slot. "I was hoping for and expecting a better performance. It was far from what we are used to. Even when we have been losing, our performances were better than tonight. Teams seem have a certain playing style against us, which is a very good strategy to play, and we haven't found an answer yet. You cannot even compete, which we don't do at the moment. We don't compete up there because we simply concede too many goals." It definitely also has to do with if you change quite a lot during the summer, then I think it's not a surprise that it can go a bit like this. But I didn't expect it to go with 4 losses in a row, let that be clear. Slot was well aware of Brentford's threat from long throws. He said it was all that they worked on in training on Friday, but Liverpool still could not handle them as they fell behind after only 5 minutes. Michael Coyote's delivery was nodded on by Christopher Ayer at the near post, and Ouattara got ahead of Kerkez to hook the ball home. The second goal arrived in the 45th minute, just moments after Cody Gakpo had a pretty strong case for a penalty turned down following a challenge from Nathan Collins. Florian Wirtz lost the ball in midfield and Mikkel Damsgaard played the perfect defense-splitting pass to Schade, who showed Ibrahima Konate a clean pair of heels before finishing past Georgi Mamardashvili. However, Liverpool grabbed a lifeline in stoppage time when Connor Bradley's cross was lashed home by fellow fullback Kerkez. After the break, Virgil van Dijk clipped Ouattara on the edge of the box, and referee Tim Robinson gave a free kick. but a VAR check showed the contact was on the line. A penalty was awarded, and Thiago did the rest. Slot felt his side got the rough end of both penalty decisions. "It's not an excuse, but it's a soft penalty to concede," he said. "And it is a crucial moment just before it was 2-0. You show the penalty, and that moment, if I had to give one, it would be to Cody." With 2 minutes remaining, Salah grabbed his first goal in 7 matches. A sweetly struck finish after ages hesitation allowed Dominik Szoboszlai to get in a cross, but the equaliser would not come. The Bees, tipped to struggle this season after losing boss Thomas Frank and a host of star players, are now up to 10th after 3 wins in 4. "We took the game to them, and that was the key for me," said head coach Keith Andrews. "The team is growing clearly. I feel like we're getting different types of performances now. I felt we deserved it. I'm really happy with how things are going." In other news, Liverpool are reportedly considering a move for winger Antoine Semenyo as early as January, with the knowledge of a release clause in his contract at Bournemouth. Semenyo has been in sensational form so far this season, with 6 goals and 3 assists in 9 games for Bournemouth, as well as helping Ghana qualify for the World Cup. That has sparked more speculation over his future at Dean Court, despite signing a new 5-year contract with his current club in the summer. Liverpool have been credibly linked with the 25-year-old on a number of occasions, and now the iPaper's Mark Douglas claims they could make a move in January. Douglas, a reliable source when it comes to Bournemouth, writes that the Premier League champions are considering whether to push the button in the winter window. This comes with Mohamed Salah currently struggling for consistency, but more importantly, the Egyptian is also set to depart for the mid-season Africa Cup of Nations. Salah could miss as many as 8 games, including a trip to title rivals Arsenal, if he helps his country progress to the final, with the tournament kicking off on December 21st and concluding on January 18th. Semenyo will not be involved at AFCON as Ghana failed to qualify, making him a more attractive prospect when it comes to a January transfer. Furthermore, it is explained that Bournemouth agreed a release clause in the new deal their number 24 signed in July, though the terms are not publicly known at this stage. Given Liverpool's connections on the south coast, however, not least sporting director Richard Hughes and scouts Mark Burchell and Craig McKee, it is possible that details of that release clause could be more easily obtained. Douglas explains that while there have been suggestions Semenyo would only move for upwards of £100 million, the set fee is lower than that. It is also noted that Bournemouth's asking price over the summer was £75 million. Bournemouth are understandably eager to retain their top goalscorer for at least the remainder of the season. And their excellent form, currently 4th in the Premier League, may yet convince Semenyo to stay. Liverpool are not alone in their interest, with Man United, Tottenham and a crop of overseas clubs also linked with a player who is classed as homegrown in the English top flight. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.